I'm so happy to see some of your faces and some new people joining. So thank you so much for joining today. And just as people are jumping in, it will be lovely to hear from you, where you're tuning in from in the world and how you are feeling today. How you're feeling today and where you're tuning in from. And let me know in the chat and I will be reading those. Tammy is coming in from Vancouver. Amazing. I think we're going to have a mixed bag of women from all over the world. So I love that. Welcome, 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 Debbie, Angela, Nicola. Hello, Jen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this session is all going to be around manifesting and self-love, two of my absolute favorite topics, as I know some faces in this group already, and you will already know that about me. And so for anybody new who's joining, manifestation, of course, and self-love are two buzzy topics, well, especially in my world, but I think in the world, and if you're on this call, then probably in your world too. And today we're going to be talking about how they really complement each other and how boosting one boosts the other and vice versa. And if there's any blocks or anything going on, then we can kind of look to one to help the other. And so it's really fun. It's my favorite combo. I was thinking then gin and tonic is also a good combo, but of these topics, this is a great combo. So yeah, welcome. And we have Hannah from Arkansas. I don't know how you say that. Arkansas. And I feel great. Amazing. Nicola from Bolton, UK. That one I know because that's just up the road. And Jennifer from London, UK. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So just before we get going, as people are joining over the first few minutes, I would love you to take out your journal, your notebook, maybe even your happiness planner, and just jot down what is it for you that you think makes somebody really good at manifesting? What makes somebody a manifesting queen or king? And just write down anything that comes to mind. So good, so good. Oh, there's people jumping in. Amazing. What is it that makes people, or what is it that makes someone especially good at manifestation? Is it luck? Is it looks? Is it vibes? Is it, is it to do with their intelligence? Is it that they're better at something than somebody else or worse at something? Or do they have a particular skill set, or are they naturally blessed with something? And just write it down. Yeah, and I'd love to hear how you are feeling today. I have had a very interesting day today. Very interesting. I've had some absolute curveballs, and I've definitely been practicing a lot of what I preach today. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I'm interested to hear how you're going, because I do think we're in this collective together. And if one person's experiencing something a bit wonky, then often I hear then from friends, oh, I'm having a really wonky day, or whatever it is. So let me know how your day's been and if you've been through curveballs. There we go. And Jennifer rushed off my feet. Oh, Jen, bless you. Okay, so once you've written a few of those things down, what makes someone especially great at manifestation, then feel free to type a couple of things into the chat and let me know. And let me know what you think. And so in a few moments, we're going to do a little manifestation journey. And I'll take you on a little journey, and then from there we'll talk a bit more about manifestation, a bit more about self-love, and then the key or the alchemy of the two. So prepare yourselves. Amazing. So Debbie, hi Debbie. Living in the vision, leveling up, enjoying the journey and not the destination, and being in good energy. Yes, I agree. Hannah, positivity, accountability, faith, determination, all good, all great. Jessica, a clear vision, strong emotion behind it. Yes. Nicola, I've been listening to Kim's Soul Digger podcast and trying to get realigned with myself. That is very helpful. So good. Yeah. And Jennifer, knowing, simple and to the point. Emma, taking action, confidence, aligned, clear goals and vision. And Tammy, believing you're the person who can have what you want and being able to receive it. That is very key, Tammy, being able to receive it. And Nicola, I feel like alignment is the key to manifesting your dreams. Exactly. Yeah, I agree. I agree. So it sounds like we have some seriously pro manifestors on the call. It sounds like you all know quite a lot about manifestation. So I'm curious now to hear, what is it that you want to learn more about, or what is it that you want to get better at, or what is it that you want to shift out of the way so you can really realize all of your dreams, and what is it that you want to work on? So just type anything that comes to mind, even if it doesn't make full sense, into the chat, and we're going to do a little exercise around this shortly. And so if you are open to having your camera on, then please do put your camera on, because it makes it so much more cozy, like we're all in the room together. And I know some of you might be making your dinner or whatever it is, but that's fine. But if you can, then pop your camera on, and that will be lovely. Amazing. Okay, so let me know what is feeling blocked or out of alignment, or what you struggle with, what you want to learn more about. Type it into the chat. Okay, and then whilst you're just doing that and those are popping up, because there's often a little bit of a delay, what I want you to do is this one exercise. Okay, so this exercise is super simple. But it's a massive like weight off the shoulders. And so about 2 weeks ago, I went onto a webinar that a friend had recommended, and really, really highly recommended that I went on this this webinar. And it was an hour and a half, and I was listening to it and I was like, I feel like this is nothing I don't know. Like, why was my friend so intensely wanting me to do this workshop? And so right at the end of the workshop, she offered a technique, very simple. Even that, I was like, very simple. And I did it. And I also then, after it, showed it to my housemates. And I was living with 5 women, some of them you know, or some of you may know, in Bali. And honestly, by 9 hours later, when we woke up the next morning, 2 things off my list had already happened, and between us loads and loads of things had happened, and it's partly because of the release that this exercise creates. So super duper simple. What I want you to do is get one page of your notebook and put a line down the middle of it. And one of the things that was manifested in 9 hours from doing this exercise was £100,000. So you can go all in on this one. And what I want you to do is, on one side, I want you to write my to-do list. So write down the things, not like nip to the shop and buy the toilet roll, not those kind of to-do list things, but things that you really want to do in your lifetime. Okay, so maybe it is buy a gorgeous house or the dream house, or maybe it is that you want to get married, or maybe it is that you want to invest in something, or maybe it's that you want to open a retreat center in Bali. I'm thinking of all the things that I like. So write down what, these typical things that you might see on your vision board. Okay, does that make sense? So we're just writing in one side of it for now. And so with manifestation, we always need to know what we're manifesting. So you can just take note now as well. Is it easy for you to know what you're manifesting or what's on your to-do list? Or is it like, oh God, what do I actually want? And you can just notice that, because that's one of the things that when it comes to manifestation, if you don't know what you want, then neither does the universe. And maybe you've got a whole list of things and you know exactly what you want, and that's wonderful too. So when you've got about 4 or 5 things just to do the exercise with, and you can always add more to this as well. What I want you to do is, in the other side, I'd like you to write the universe's to-do list. In fact, do I have mine in this book? That would be helpful. No, this is my other notebook that I think I left in Bali. Anyway, so once you've got it, all I want you to do is go through your to-do list and see which ones you want to take care of. See which things you want to do. And then anything that you want the universe to do for you, I just want you to draw an arrow and put it into the universe's to-do list. Does that make sense? And if you want to put everything into the universe's to-do list, you are very welcome, because you can have whatever you want. Okay. And how does that feel? Like, if you actually just feel into your body now, how does it feel to just go, you know what? That one's for you. That one's for you. How does it feel? So good, Jessica. Amazing. When I was doing this the other day, I was just like, oh my God, you know what? That is really the principle of manifestation. You just need to know what it is. And then you can't, yes, we do want to take some aligned action and some inspired action, but we don't need to know how. We just kind of want the universe to bring it to us, ideally. And so, yeah, Nicholas says takes all the pressure off, and Sarah, like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Exactly. So we're going to go into a little visualization now, if you're up for that. Are you up for it? Give me a little thumb if you're up for it. Okay, fabulous. I am so pleased. So close your eyes and sit nice and comfortably. You can lie down if you want, but we're only going to be here for a few minutes. So probably just sit and just place your feet firmly onto the ground. I feel like I haven't taken enough deep breaths today, so let's just take a few deep breaths. And just enjoy that sensation of the weight being lifted off your shoulders. So take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And one more. Nice. Nice. And then just keeping your eyes closed. And wherever your hands are, just notice the position they're in. Do they feel like they're receiving or cutting off energy? And whatever they're doing, you can just change them into a position that feels like you are open to receive, whatever that means for you. And just scanning your entire body up and down. And just noticing if there's any areas of your body that feel like they're carrying weight. Is there any part of your body that feels that it needs to force something? Is there any part of your body that feels burned out? Is there any part of your body or being that feels tense? And is there any part of your body and being that just feels tired, overworked, underpaid, over this, under that, and not enough fun and pleasure? And if there is, I just want you to imagine like a melty ice cream cone that I've just seen my little niece and nephew eat outside in the sunshine. Just imagine like melting ice cream. Your body is just melting in the gorgeous golden sun. And all of that stress and tension, imagine it going down, melting all down your body, going down through your stomach, taking with it any impurities, any stuckness, any yuckiness, stressiness, and just imagine it melting down past your feet and melting down into the earth, down. And as it goes into the earth, imagine it actually nourishing her, nourishing the ground. And imagine the Mother Earth eating your problems, eating your tiredness for breakfast. And as she does, imagine these beautiful, kind of like multicolored tulips coming up where your worries and tension and sadness and pain and stress and tiredness and micromanagement and whatever else. Imagine all these multicolored flowers growing from the earth and growing up around your feet, creating a beautiful bed. And as that earth grows and grows and it becomes kind of mossy and spongy, and where these flowers are, it's all beautifully fragrant. And just very carefully in your mind's eye, imagine pushing the flowers to one side and just lying down in the spongy, mossy earth. And as you just lie down and feel the sunshine over your forehead, over your entire body, just warming you up and just relaxing you, and just imagine your body melting into the ground and being fully supported by this mossy, spongy bed with the fragrant flowers all around you, and not a worry in the world. Just lying there peacefully, deeply grounded, deeply nurtured, deeply loved. And then from the very center of your being, imagining your heart glowing a particular color, and just let it glow. And whatever color it is, just letting it brighten. brighten and get brighter and brighter and brighter. And as you open your eyes, you don't have to open your eyes in this meditation, but as you open your eyes from this mossy area and you see in front of you this bright light coming up from your heart, and it's spreading out and creating almost like a projector screen. And as we go forwards in time, you see on this projector screen, you see one of these things that you wrote on your list playing out in front of you, the exact event of you receiving your manifestation from the universe, having not micromanaged it at all, having not necessarily known the how, but just knowing the why. And as you watch it play on this screen, you feel all the sensations in your physical body of receiving. And as you open your body more and more to receive the sensation of having the thing, you notice in your physical body sensation. You notice aliveness in certain parts of your body. Just notice that aliveness, notice those sensations, and thank them. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. And as you look once again at your television screen in front of you, you see your second event playing out. The second thing on your list that you asked the universe to do, playing out in front of you. And just noticing if that event was before or after the other one in your lifetime. And as you see these events playing out on the screen, and you're feeling the sensations in your physical body and thanking your physical body for the pleasure and the sensations that are attached to these manifestations coming true. And as you scan forwards all the way, faster, faster, faster through your lifetime and coming to the last weeks of your life, the oldest version of you, the most wisest version of you. And she has fulfilled all of these things. She has lived through it all. And as you look back through your entire life and you see how the universe was working in your favor, everything rigged so you can have the most beautiful human experience, so you can have everything you ever desired and more, all the gifts, all the beauty, and all the feeling that comes with the manifestations. And if you want to ask the oldest version of you anything at all, you can ask her any questions about your life. What should I do? What direction should I go in? Is there anything I need to know? And then starting to come back in time, knowing that your oldest version of you is only a thought away, and coming back in time through all the years, through all the epic wins and the crazy fails and all the beautiful lessons that life has to offer you. And coming back through time to now, where you're lying in this fragrant, mossy field. And I'd just like you to place your right hand over your heart now, and your left hand on top of that. And just locking in the feeling, the havingness, the possibility, the journey, and everything in between. And just evoking a sense of deep gratitude, deepest gratitude. Gratitude for your body, gratitude for your being, gratitude for this universe that we all live in, and gratitude for the time, the chance to be here right now. And then slowly releasing your hands down and blinking your eyes open, slowly coming back into the room. And just as we do, cross your arms over like this. And we're just going to gently go from your shoulder to your elbow. Down, shoulder to your elbow. And just drop in with yourself for a moment. And this deeply relaxing and connecting practice. And you can do it fast or slow, harder or softer, however you want to be touched today. Nice. Gently releasing. And in one word, how was that for you? And you can type it into the chat. How was that little visualization journey for you? How did it go? Peaceful, Priya. Love that. Peaceful. Amazing. Oh, Summer. Amazing, restful. That's 2 words. I'll let you off, Summer. And Tammy, amazing and relaxing. Nicola, feels good to release. Emma, uplifting. Angela, amazing, relaxing. Feel so excited for the future. Oh, Angela, so exciting because I know what's coming in your future. I know there's a big move on the horizon. Rebecca, emotional in a good way. Oh, it's so good to have you here, Rebecca. Debbie, powerful, loved where the 93-year-old Debs was. Love that. Jessica, peaceful. Fawzia, welcome. Only just joined. We just did a visualization, but you're all good. Helen, I only came in halfway through, but very lovely. Welcome. So good to have you all here. Okay, so now we're going to come on to the part of the workshop, which is a bit more about manifestation. So we've just done a bit of releasing there. And if you were joining now and you want to do that exercise, it's super simple, but the feedback even then was very much like very simple, but very releasing. So you can do this after the workshop and just split your page in half. On one side, write my to-do list or what I'm manifesting. And then anything that you want to do on your list, you can just circle. And anything you want the universe to do, you can put an arrow into the universe's to-do list. And that's it. The to-do list of the universe. There we go. And so I like to do that regularly because if you're anything like me, sometimes when you get a bit of a an idea, you're like, right, I'm going to bring this home. And then, you know, sometimes that inspired action can be really great. And other times it can become like trying to micromanage universal powers. And so if you may have a friend, or maybe you are this person who you know, really wants something so bad, it's all over the vision board, it's all over everything, even the password of the laptop is that thing, everything is, it's like intense. And you know, I believe that the universe doesn't really like that intensity, because it's very much like leaning so far in that the universe is almost like whoop. And the minute you release that pressure and give it over to the universe, like, I let you, I'll let your powers do it, that's when often it can come in. So have you ever known, well, I mean, I used to be this person that I used to be single and I wanted to meet my partner. And everyone used to say, when you stop looking, that's when you'll find him. And I used to get so annoyed by that phrase alone. And it is actually quite true. So, okay. Has anyone ever been in that position? Has anyone ever had that? Okay. So, what you focus on, you attract. Whatever consumes you, you attract. So just write down for me now 3 to 5 things that are consuming you at the moment. What is consuming you? What you focus on, what consumes you, you attract. And so one of the groups that I teach is it's for women who want to lose weight, and it's called Body Harmony. And in that group, there's a lot of women for a lot of years who've been very focused on how fat they are. You know, they've been outwardly been like, I'm fat and I don't want to be fat. And they're like consumed by it. And guess what? They just keep attracting more of it. They keep getting more of it. And so partly what we do is release that and focus on other things. So when I ask them to focus on like what brings you pleasure, what brings you joy, what absolutely lights you on fire, what do you really want to do, instantly the shift is on that and not on food and not on weight loss. And so very quickly a lot of them lose a lot of weight because they've focused on something they actually love. And the universe loves that. It loves people to feel good. So the second little thing here in manifestation is, this is a belief. So I believe that anything is possible as long as you believe it is. And so many times people say to me, well, there's no way that's going to happen, is there? And I have always said since I was a child, well, I'm Gina Swire, so I do things differently. And I'll give you an example of this. When I was little, I used to get 50p pocket money every week, and I really wanted a Furby. Did anyone ever have a Furby? I wanted a Furby so bad, and all my friends had them, and I didn't have one. And I asked my mum for one, and it was £8, this Furby, and I think I was like less than 10. And my mum was like, no, you can't have a Furby, you can save up for it, you can use your pocket money. And I remember like getting my calculator and my notebook out and trying to work out how many weeks that would take me. And I just thought, wow, that's going to take me 16 weeks to get that Furby, and that means no sweets as well. And I remember saying to my mum, I'm going to get that, I'm going to get it this week. And I raised £8 somehow myself. And so honestly, that was to do with my belief, because my mum was telling me I couldn't have that now, but I believed that I could have it now, and I did. So partly I manifested that money. Like I found £1 in the street and I got all the sofa cushions off, and then it ended up being another 50p in there. And then I sold something, made little friendship bracelets at school and sold them and made that. And so I believe that anything is possible as long as you believe that it is. So, what right now, when you think of me saying that, are you not truly believing is possible? And you can just write a note down, and maybe there's nothing. But if anything comes to mind, just for a little bit of introspection, is there anything at the moment in your life that you don't believe is possible for you? Because the moment we change our beliefs, miracles happen. I see it over and over again, where people have thought there's no way I could ever, get a pay rise in a pandemic. And then I had a woman basically get a 20 grand pay rise at the end of last year, which was amazing in a pandemic. Okay, so this is the big one. Self-love is the key. So have you ever tried manifesting something, but you don't believe you're good enough to have it? Or you don't, or maybe it's subtle, but maybe if you did get it, you'd be too scared. Or, like one of mine is that I want to do a TED talk, but actually it scares the hell out of me doing a TED talk because I'll have to rehearse my script, which I'm not very good at because I prefer to freestyle. And, there's all these things that it's super scary. And I believe that's why it's not fully manifested yet. And really, I should go and get my TED talk coach and practice it. And then once I'm in alignment that I'd do it and I'd smash it, it would probably manifest. So, an example of this is, well, another thing that is quite true, and it's true for me, so see if it's true for you, is you're only as good at manifestation as you are at receiving. So most people, or most women especially, are useless at receiving. In fact, probably all humans are a little bit useless at receiving. How many times has somebody given you a compliment and you've said, oh no, it's this old thing, oh, it's only from Primark, or whatever it is? Or how many times have has someone said, oh, I'll get that drink for you, or I'll buy that dinner for you, and you've been like, oh no, what are you on about? I'll get it for you, or no, we'll split it, or or I'll get it next time, when actually the universe is trying to provide there, but it's deflection all the time. Or even more so, how many times have you actually manifested that thing? Maybe it's a partner. I see this with friends all the time. They want to manifest this perfect man into their life. And then one comes along and they're like, oh no, he's a year younger than me. And I'm like, so? And I'm like, the universe is giving you what you've asked for, but you're not receiving it for some reason that might be valid or might be not, and you're turning away what you're manifesting because you can't fully receive it, whether you're aware of it or not. And to put this in, I told this story before, so bear with me if you've heard it before, but this one time, not a band camp, but one time in Bali, I had been driving down the main road of Bali, and it was a cobbled road, and I was on my scooter, as we do in Ubud, and I was single and I wanted to manifest a man, and I was driving along thinking, you know what, I would love to manifest a hunky, muscly American man into my life. And I'm driving along on my scooter, and the next thing, not one, but two hunky American men come past me, and the traffic stopped in front of me. And I was like, oh, okay, I see that. Thank you, universe. That's not one, but two. And I knew they were American because they were talking across me. And they were like, oh, I'm so sorry, we're talking across you. And I was like, oh no, you go ahead. And anyway, I wasn't feeling that great that day. I was feeling a bit, hadn't been to the gym, hadn't done my hair, was feeling a bit do you know the feeling where you're just having one of those days? And nobody's exempt from those days, I don't think. Anyway, yeah, and I had manifested exactly what I'd asked for, and not just one but two. And instead of receiving that, I just swerved off at the next road and went off back home and thought nothing of it. And I remember thinking, I manifest, the universe provided there, but I wasn't available to receive it. So this is why when people interview me about manifestation, and they always say, you know, how, like I asked you at the beginning, what makes someone such a good manifester? Like, what makes someone available to manifest? And my answer to that is self-love. If we have self-love, that makes us great at manifestation, because when we have self-love, we generally have a vision for ourselves, like we're going somewhere, because a person who loves themselves wants the best for themselves, and they want the best vision for themselves. And we're generally in quite a clear, pure state, because someone that loves themselves is doing all their self-love practices and is generally in a good vibration, because being in a good vibration is self-love. And yeah, so when we manifest, and then also when we have a lot of self-love, we know that the universe works well with giving and receiving. So we're not going to drain our cup and give to a million people before ourselves. We're going to need to receive some energy to be in line with self-love. Does that make sense? So these are all the things that work really well with manifestation. And manifestation, to be on a high vibration, when people who are having a lot of self-love are on a high vibration. Would you agree? Generally, if someone is out of love for themselves, they're not in a high vibration. And generally, if someone is in love with themselves, because love is the highest vibration, they're in a high vibration. And so you're meeting with high vibrational things. So I believe that is the secret sauce to manifestation. And feeling good and having fun. And people who love themselves feel good and have fun. And people who they don't allow themselves to have fun. So where in your life, and anywhere that you're resisting, is resisting everything. So where in your life are you resisting something right now? And you can write it down. You don't need to tell me. But maybe you're resisting paying for something that you need to pay for, or maybe you're resisting doing something. Maybe you're procrastinating over something, or maybe there's something you really need to do. You know, you need to clear it up, or you need to have a conversation, but you're avoiding it or you're resisting it. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. And if you're resisting something, you're resisting everything in a way. And manifestation does not like resistance. So write anything down and any inspired actions for that resistance. And if anyone wants to share any of that into the comments, you're very welcome. Okay, so a couple more things and then we're going to go on to questions. But how is this going for you? I'm only seeing one. I'm only seeing Miss Nicola on the video. So if anyone wants to pop their video on, it is very nice. Oh, yay. Oh, hi, Helen. Hi, Priya. So nice to see people on videos. Otherwise, I'm just talking to lots of names in boxes. Fabulous. Okay, so with your vision, I mean, you're all master manifestors. I know that from how you've been writing in the chat. Just a few other things to mention. Crystal clear vision. And once you've got your crystal clear vision, think it, say it, write it. And remember, this is a newer edition. Goddess, I like to call the universe goddess, but God, goddess, universe, higher power, whatever you want to call her or him, has got it. So whatever you think you might want, need, or need to be, do, or have in your life, The universe knows better. It knows the future. It knows other people. Like, we only know what we can see and feel. But yeah, when a manifestation comes in that's not exactly the same as your vision board, it doesn't mean that it's not right. And I've had a major example of this lately. But I believe that Goddess doesn't really like, you know, the old school manifestation where you're like I was always manifesting a man, so it was like, he needs to be like this, and he needs to feel like this, and he needs to drive this car, and he needs to have this hair, and he needs to wear these clothes and have this job, and there are really specific details like that. I believe that Goddess doesn't really like those kind of details. She prefers, like, I want to feel like the luckiest woman in the world, and I want him to feel like the luckiest man in the world. Those are the kind of details that Goddess likes, and that could come in a million different ways. Yeah, so when I say crystal clear vision, not so much the details, like the nitty gritty, but more like the kind of things you might say about this experience, or the kind of things you might feel when you invite someone into your new shiny new home. It might be something like, I want people to walk in and feel like the energy of the home improving their life. That would be a great detail. Okay, so couple more. Prepare for the role. Prepare for the role, or clean out your closet. So if you are wanting, let's say, I'm going to use, it's easy for me to use the example of partner, because that's why I got into manifestation, honestly, and that was the biggest thing that I was manifesting in my manifestation career. But it could be, I know a couple of you are going into like a new business or career, or kind of space in career. So prepare for the role. So if you want to become that coach, or if you want to become that author, like, how can you already start telling people that, oh, I'm getting into acting, or I'm getting into writing, or I'm writing a book. You don't have to have started it yet, but I mean, it took me years to write my book. But you can already start preparing for the role. And say you wanted to become an air hostess, you might want to get those special tights that they wear, and you might want to get that bun thing that they wear. And even if you haven't left your other job and got a new job as an air hostess, you might want to start preparing for the role. And in that visualization that we did earlier, where I had you look at the heart screen with your amazing manifestation playing out in front of you, could you see that, by the way? Could you see your manifestation playing out in front of you? Yeah. And then come back down and actually feel those sensations. And so that is so key to manifestation. And if you want to manifest something, and the other night I was on a call with Michael Beckwith, who was doing this special like author blessing thing. Amazing man. I've never heard him. I've heard his podcasts and things for years, but I've never like been there kind of speaking with him. And he talked about, rather than attracting in what you want, because attracting suggests that you don't already have it, but the way he explained it is the law of emergence. And so that rather, it's like revealing what's already there, or letting it emerge what's already there. Because when we do manifest something absolutely incredible, sometimes it's like, it's not really a shock. We knew we were going to get it, and it's only when we knew we were going to get it and we get it. It was still surprise, but we knew we were getting it. Do you know that feeling? So it's like it emerges rather than attracts. So it's just a slight shift, but I think it's a really powerful thing to note. And yeah, and the last thing I'm going to leave you with is remembering the future. So this was a phrase that came to me when I was building my manifestation course, and I'd been writing this course and I'd created half of it, and halfway through I had this mega download, like, oh my god, I've been manifesting all wrong. And so it was like a big shift, and I changed the second half of my course. Love this phrase. Rebecca's been on one of my retreats, so she will definitely know this one, remembering the future. In fact, Rebecca is a master manifester, manifested coming to Bali and Ibiza on 2 retreats and all the rest of it. So well done, Rebecca. And creating a whole business. So remembering the future. So rather than thinking, what do I want in my future? It's more like, because with this idea that everything's already happened, you know, a million things have already happened in our life. So rather than thinking like what's to come, it's more like looking back from when you were your oldest version of you and looking back at your timeline and remembering what was to come. So it's a little tricky to get your head around remembering the future, but I love this phrase. And I often say, you know, just by it activates your intuition as well. So sometimes, you know, like a few weeks ago, we were getting a new housemate in Bali, and there was going to be someone moving in, and I was just like, I don't remember him moving in the future. You know, it was just that feeling. But then someone else, and then it was like, oh yeah, I remember him moving in, even though it was in the future. So me and my friends use this all the time, and it's really fun to do, and it really activates your intuition of what's to come. Okay, so I hope that in this workshop I have demonstrated how these two key things work hand in hand and create the secret sauce of manifestation and self-love. So I'm going to open for questions and or discussion, or just if you want to tell me about something you want to manifest or you have manifested, you are very welcome to come in and ask anything you want. So does anyone want to share anything? Debbie.
I'll go. Yeah. So sometimes, you know, I get like stuck in like the worry. Like I feel like I know it's going to happen, but sometimes I feel stuck in like the worry of wanting it, kind of maybe he's wanting it too much, like still having the knowing that it's going to happen, but then worrying that like the how, I guess, worrying about the how.
Do you have any examples?
Like moving to Australia, and like everyone keeps saying to me like, oh, Debs, it might be closed for like another year. And I was like, I just feel like it's going to happen, but I just don't know how. So it's like, I guess like learning to just to trust rather than to like micromanage it.
Yeah. I mean, the exercise that I do when that comes in for me, because it does, where you're just like, and you get kind of caught up in it, is the exercise. It's a different one, but it's where you basically write down worst case scenario, and you just go down and down and down through all the layers. And yeah, one time when I did this, I was in LA, and it was around money for me. It was a few years ago when I was having like serious cash flow things, and LA's like mega expensive. And I was just like got into a fear loop of, am I ever going to get to these goals that I feel I need to do to feel secure in my business and happy and whatever it is, you know? And so yeah, I just started to write like, okay, so maybe I don't have enough money to make my rent. And then what? And then it's like, well, then maybe I have to move back to England. And then what? maybe I have to get a job at Tesco. And then what? Maybe then people are going to laugh. And maybe I'll have to tell my clients that, I didn't do it, the thing, and I'm a failure. And then what? I fail. And then what? Then my family see me as a bit, like down, 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 down. And in there, underneath it, there'll be key fears that we all have collectively. And then once I've done that and really understood what are the main fears for you there, Debbie?
I guess just like feeling like I'm not going to live the life I really want to live. And that's, I really want to live in Australia, and there's so many things like blocking me. So I guess the fear is that I won't like live my potential. But 93-year-old Deb's like was there, which is what I loved.
Debs was there. Amazing. Yeah, I get it. And so, yeah, if you go through and maybe you feel like you're not living your fullest potential, or like I sense that in there, I don't even know what your situation is now, Debbie, but like for me, if that was me thinking that, and I have thought those things with moving around so much, like what if I die alone in England with not conscious men?
Yes.
If that was linked to it, what if I die alone and I never fulfill my potential? And and then what? Well, then we come back in another life and we have another shot.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, to not just leave it in doom and gloom, but it is useful, go on to the other side and then put, or best case scenario, or the borders could open up tomorrow, or could happen, or staying in England could actually end up being the best thing. And if I had have moved to Australia, this might never have happened. I could get signed up for a new Netflix series.
I wish.
Anything you wish could be the reason.
Yeah.
And you know what? When was that? What are we in now? I don't even know what month we're in. April. So just over a year ago, I had to come home from Bali kind of very quickly because my granddad was dying. And I came back and I wasn't over the moon about the fact my granddad was dying or having to come back from Bali, but it had to happen because when I look back, that's when I met my partner in England, which was the reason why I've lived away for so many years, because I never thought I'd meet my partner in England, and then I did. So thank you, universe, more please.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh,
thanks, Gina. That really helps. I definitely think it is like the fear loop. So yeah, just like I think I'm going to go work through that.
Yeah, there'll be something juicy in there, and I'll hear it when you do it. And that exercise works for everything. Yeah.
Thank you.
Debbie, any other questions? Anyone want to share anything? What are you manifesting at the moment, or what have you manifested?
Can I share something?
Hi, Rebecca.
Let me put my camera on. Hi. So my journey started with Gina actually when I went to Bali a few years ago. It was kind of a last minute thing that came to me, and I felt it was the right thing to do. And I learned so much whilst I was there, and ended up going on another retreat with Gina a year later. But while I was in Bali, I really found what my purpose was and really wanted to. I think before Bali, I felt quite lost in myself, and I didn't really have any purpose. I didn't really know what I wanted to do career-wise. And my relationship had broken down. And then when I went to Bali, it all just became so clear, just from doing Gina's workshops and just really going really deep and kind of picking out all the things that you don't usually pick really, and just kind of understanding yourself more. And I've just handed my notice in last week, and I'm going full time with my business, which is what I've kind of founded when I was in Bali. and I've been doing it on the side of my full-time job ever since, and I've decided to take the plunge and go for it. So it's been a really scary kind of thing to do, but at the same time I was always worrying about the how it was going to happen, and it just something clicked, and I just thought, and I know that this is the time to do it, and it's just kind of not worrying about how it will happen, but just focusing on that end goal. So yeah, I just wanted to share that because it's just a really exciting time at the moment. So yeah, and thanks to Gina for like letting me see that.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. That's so good, so amazing. I'm so proud of you and so happy for you. I know what a journey it's been, and I love that that was birthed on our retreat in Bali. And I remember that moment when we were sat there, and you were like, "Wow, yeah,
Yeah,
well done."
thank you.
That's so good. Thank you for sharing that. And that seems like a fantastic note to wrap up on today. So whatever you are manifesting, and let me tell you, I've been manifesting my book coming out for probably 4 years, and it has been highs and lows. And I got offered a book deal with a really well-known publisher 2 years ago, and it was all going through, and then it fell through, and it was really hard. I was like, wait, no, this is not how it's meant to go. And then I got offered another deal with another publisher, and that was all going through, and then that fell through. And finally, the third publisher came to me, and I'm going with them. And now I'm starting to realize like why it had to take that long. And it's really shown me how much like I had somehow subconsciously attached some worthiness to this book coming out. And every time it fell through, I had to feel that no, you're still worthy with not with nothing, without your looks, without your money, without your business, without your friends, without anything, you're still just so worthy. And it really like kicked me a few times. And now that it's like finally with the proofreader and it's about to come out in pre-sale, and I'm just like, wow, manifestation does work, but not on our timeline. It can jump from one day to 4 years, but whatever you are desiring, keep it there in your vision and keep up those good vibes for it. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining today, and thank you to Happiness Planner for having me. This will be live on their website and all different places, and I've used Happiness Planner for so many years, so I was like, oh yay. And let me know what your big takeaway has been in the chat. And yeah, if you want to connect with me, I know most of you, but it's Gina Swire on Instagram. And yeah, I love to hear about your manifestations. Woo. Feel like I don't know if I've breathed. I think I did like 3 breaths in the center, and now I'm like, woo. We always get a bit high during these sessions. Amazing. I learned a lot from today. Jessica, thank you for joining. Loved hearing that from you. Rebecca, so good. Oh, Debbie, you were magical, and you were very magical, Debbie. It was lovely to see you. I appreciate you all back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good evening and happy manifesting, and see you soon. Mwah. Bye.